Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new campaign. We have the Steel Faith and... There's my phone. And nothing but professionalism here on this channel. Welcome to our Steel Faith and Varanus, the Steel Faith overhaul patch and mods and games are still going through, guys. We're having a new 2.0 game of our Dark Elf campaign, guys. We're going to go back into the campaigns, new campaign, all the items and the whole map for us to go through. And Crone Hellebron. This is 2.0, the last one. Unfortunately, most of the mods did die on us, so we have to play the whole new game, because unfortunately you can't actually play the game if the mods break on you because that save file is corrupted. So yeah, I tried, but I could not get it back for the life of us, guys. So we got a new game, more mods added in there as usual. Every mod that I play in this game will be added down below in the description. Please check it out. Don't forget to subscribe and like. I just said at the beginning because it's a new campaign and it helps out entirely. So if you guys are new to this, let's actually go over what we have. So we're playing as Dark Elves, an extremely aggressive faction in the game. You must always be at war, always be attacking, always be betraying, always be scheming and con me. We have an aggressive faction, making the most out of looting and raising other people. That's where we make most of our money. Oh, and yes, and slaves. That's a thing in here, and we will be fully endorsing that within the context of this game. The Blackhawks are the unique unit we have in here. The powerful naval unit that can replenish forces, recruit new units and forces, and bombastically battles within range. Super powerful unit. Always be fighting in it. We even have a mod upgrading them because they're a little weak in the current meta. So I'm going to be upgrading that. Slaves! Speaking of them, they provide a bonus to provincial economies at the cost of reduced public order. Yeah, we have a very important city that we will be shoving all of our slaves into. Any gold mine we find, guys, they're going into it. The Murderous Prowess is a unique ability alone to the Dark Elves. Dark Elves receive the favor of Cain in the form of increased combat performance should they kill enough enemies in battle. I think it's also if we die enough in battle. I need to double check that. Don't quote me on that yet. I think it, yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Now we're playing on Har Ganeth. The initial challenge is hard. I've seen two ways of doing this. Both ways have the risks. I will explain both of those ways once we get into the game, but this is a very hard campaign, guys. It says hard up there, hard challenge and hard battles, because we got to make it a little bit interesting. This is YouTube after all, and I have 10 million people that I am competing with as well. I mean, I like watching this stuff too, so if you see anybody that I should watch or take advice from, please let me know in the comments down below. Now, as a faction, we can sacrifice slaves to trigger a Death Knight. Death Knights basically will spawn an allied Blood Voyage army, which will fling on down south, do a little damage, get wrecked entirely, make all the High Elves go to war against us, and then come up and try to murder us as they did in the last one. Now, failure to cause a Death Knight causes a bit of problems for both mechanically in the game, and our lovely, beautiful Crone gets wizened. She goes from a lovely lady to a crone, which is horrendously horrifying, and we should avoid that problem. We get two more Death Hags within our within our army in general. Once you can start recruiting them, they are very, very powerful. I always recommend having a Death Hag in the group. They increase replenishment massively and help you to just fight more and spend less turns waiting in your city for the replenishment to come back. Now, casualties captured post-battle plus 25%. This is huge. We need loot. We need slaves. We need money. As usual, in any campaign, we need money. We need, well, not slaves, but this is unique to this one. Upkeep, minus 25 for Witch Elves, Sister of Slaughter, and the Har Ganeth Executioners. We have more Witch Elves because of mods into the game, because I love mods, and I love throwing people in there. And in the province that she is in, we have a 25% slave decline rate. Now, that's all fine and dandy, but really she's going to be on the front line most of the time. So it's okay. But really, she's going to be always in the war front. Rarely am I ever going to be not sitting back here. I even forgot about the ability because it's so bad. Let's just play the bloody game, why don't we? Alright. I didn't look at her opening units. Ah! Okay, well, I will, I'll go back and check those out for you. Sorry about that. Or I'll just... No, I'm a genius. We'll actually check that out once we begin the game. That way you can see the model and the unit that we have in there. That's actually a lot smarter. Why haven't I not done that in the past? No question. Now, my opening strategy for the game will be entering as soon as it comes up. So now, as you can see there, that is that's our rival. That's not us. So we gotta change that. The Death Knight is upon us, but will no longer be contained within the walls of Har Ganeth. The whole world is full of mewling victims awaiting the attention of the Blood Queen. Hellebron will go forth and demand submission. She will bathe in the blood of the elf, Elizabeth, Skaven, dwarf, and man. Cain has spoken, and he demands slaughter. To war! I'm not bad at reading these scripts ever since being a YouTuber. Another job trait you don't actually see in the description of playing this game. Yeah, so basically that's all I got going on there. There's a lot to go over this campaign, but I want to take them in little chunks, guys. If you guys have any comments, questions, actually want to have your character in the game, let me know about it below. And here we go.
Violent murderous, Queen Hellebron. The sounds of torment and death ring out throughout your city of Har Ganeth.
Our capital.
Past the fortress, the Deadwood Sentinels stand guard. They could prove a useful ally against the marauding threat of the Northmen.
Temporarily.
Or be cut down to seize their slaves for yourself.
Eventually.
Further south, our kin do battle across the great ocean. But another threat lurks deep beneath this very fortress. A verminous horde seeks to bring a plague and destruction to all Druki. Beyond the icy plains, wild beasts inhabit the mountain crags, readying themselves for war. But a much closer prize lies at our very doorstep. The secrets of Grond have forever been a source of wonder and beauty. Strike first, deviant Hellebron. Bring a cruel and crushing end to all those that stand before you, Queen of Murder. Bathe in their blood this night, the next, and all the nights that follow.
Alright. How they play. We've already kind of discussed how they play. Let me see, does my head cover that? Yeah, it does. Let's just leave that up for now, and until the beginning of the game, I'm sure. How they play? Well, we're the Death Knight, the night of pure carnage and murder, where the streets of Har Ganeth are bathed in blood, rejuvenating its queen and granting her untold powers. Not really untold, the powers are literally up here for us to know about, and I'll go over these as we kind of... Actually, let's just go over this now. We are the Blood Queen at full power, and we actually do know which one we are, thanks to a mod that lets us see up here what we have. They didn't have this before, and it was kind of annoying. But while we have this, at the start of the game, all of our lords have a chance to gain 2 loyalty out of the 10 they could possibly have. 25% vigor reduction loss for the Crone. 20% more physical resistance, which is massive, by the way, for Hellebron and Witch Elves. 10 more leadership for all armies. Massive. Public order plus 6. Yeah, we're going to need that because my cities are never happy. We're playing on hard difficulty... What? -1? That got nerfed. What do you guys get? Plus 6 still? Yeah, plus 6 because of difficulty. So, yeah, they'd be having a problem right now if it wasn't for the hard difficulty we were on. Huh, I guess they nerfed that. Okay. I mean, I'm not complaining. It used to be a -6 for us, but... Well, I guess we can't turn off taxes for Dark Elves. Okay. So, and then it goes down to about... we get 1 loyalty loss, eventually... Yeah, okay, then eventually we get no loyalty loss. Vigor reduction reduces by... Well, it goes from 20 to 15, down to 5... Down to, we are always winded. Wow, it's terrible. Very tired. Okay, that makes you basically useless in a fight. Down to Crone. Stupid mouse. Down to Crone. We are very tired, which means we're pretty much useless in battle. A minus 20% physical resistance for the Crone and Witch Elves. 10 leadership reduction, 10 public order, and 10 taxes. All provinces. Wow. Never go that low. All the way to Crone. All but a wizard's husk. Hellebron must bathe in the blood of a murdered if she and her covenant are to be revitalized. Yeah. If you get down to this low, it is game over for you. A minus 10 for everywhere in the game. Minus 10 taxes. That's 10% taxes is the top of your taxes. That's what pays for your lords and your leadership and all that. Jeez, that's insane. Okay, so we're not going there. Blood Knight. Well, that inspires the Druki to bear arms and undertake a murderous quest. Aiding this army on their quest for blood will enable you to reap the battle rewards. Slaves. We take slaves. Slaves give us money and affect public order. We can also sacrifice them for our rights over here. Go away. Basically, sacrifice to Akathi, slaves. And some of them actually take a lot of turns. 20 turns, 30 turns, 25 turns, 40 turns. Yeah, we don't do this for a while. This will probably not get pushed until late game. So, basically, we're going to be doing a lot of more public order, income of slaves, slave decline rates. This one I'm going to be pushing all the time. Those sacrifice for the lady's desire. Go willingly to the debts. Some appeasement enthralls the masses. Wow, I forgot how sadistic these people were. And now I remember. And then once I get a black arc, we need to start raising this up from a young child. Now, there is a, I'm not sure how this goes. I may squirrel and save scum beforehand. But black arcs used to be the only vessel in the game that could run into a troop transport and murder them entirely. That was in vanilla. I don't know how that is in Still Faith Overhaul. And these things are so valuable that I really don't want them dying on us. So we'll be testing that out through saves coming. So, 1,000 slaves as well. And these other two, this one I'll be saving because there's a quest line that requires you to initialize it. Initialize it. And it can come as early as 20 turns in the game, so I don't want to wait to turn 60 before I get the artifact that comes with this. And then sacrifice to Drakira. Her hips don't lie. Basically, it gives us 10 more leadership when fighting high elves, 50% more weapon strength against high elves, and they basically hate us for the rest of the game. So, yeah, that's not going to be happening until once we start fighting them, which may be sooner rather than later, due to them declaring war on us since the beginning of the game. They are down here, our ships will sail down to here, attack here, and then make everybody else declare war on us because our little blood knight is attuned to us. What are you going to do? As usual, because we're a player faction, we need to occupy, loot, raise, or sack 4 different settlements. The frozen lands of Nagaroth are a far cry from the glittering beauty of Ulthuan, but it is the Druchii home now, so they will claim as much as possible and forge a new kingdom from the chilled waters. As is usual, because you're the player in the game and the early game requires you to basically balance yourself out, you need to murder, loot, raise, or sack 4 different settlements as soon as possible. We have 5,000 gold. That gives us 2,000 for the reward. We really need to do that as soon as possible. So, there's new settlements, new buildings. I don't want to keep overwhelming you guys as we keep going through. Cleanse Stain is going to be super useful because I think Grond starts with a bit of corruption. Yes. Yes, they do. Because of Grond's little events. Remember, Skaven are deep underground, and Grond has a gold mine that I need to exploit as soon as possible. Now, Grond is going to be a very, very difficult area. They start with a tier 2 settlement. Tier 2 settlement? Yeah. Yeah, the AI cheats. So, a tier 2 settlement over the tier 1. Let me just show you real quick. Can I not show you what that does? Alright. Oh, I started with a tier 2. But my other one's not tier 2. It'll go down to a tier 1, so the AI cheats. Meh. So, we're starting with a tier 2 over here, which gives us, 25 income, 20 growth, province-wide. 2 more construction slots in the settlement, and total of 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 garrison versus... It's all I haven't played in a while. Alright. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's go. We need to go to Steel Spite. We'll be taking Lois Soulforger with us. The Death Hags are the priestess of the Witch Elves, the guardians of Kane's mysteries. Make you replenish our troops by 8%, which is definitely massive, guys. When you're at 8% of your whole overall stack. Not bad. And as usual, because the auto-resolve mechanics are ridiculously bad in this game, I've had some times where I've auto-resolved this guys, and every single one of these Red Spears right here would just die. In fight 1. We outmatched them. So, let's go murder them. Also, just by professional standard, I enjoy having at least 1 to 2 fights in basically every episode we do, because half of you guys like to see the economy and how to play the game from the economic standpoint. Half of you enjoy watching the battles. So I wish to appease both audiences. Now, we do have a mod in the game that lets us kind of see visually, both model-wise and picture-wise, what the Crone looks like. So right now she is at full and peak power, which is also affecting all Witch Elf units. These Sisters of Slaughter should be affected by the Zera Witch Elf type. Going into here. So let's check out our models, why don't we? Kind of spread you guys out a little bit. Alright. Move you guys out a little bit. The Crone can go here. You can go here. The Executioners can be on this side. Such as the Slaughter over here. Very useful. Kind of semi-cavalry unit. They're very good at making sure people do not get away. They did nerf the melee attack in Still Faith Overhaul. This used to be a paralyzing venom kind of thing that slowed people down, made it harder for them to move. Now they just bleed. Yeah, Defender. This unit excels at pinning units down in melee, buying time for the rest of your army to get in position. Not really in Still Faith Overhauled. Right now, they're just a very good cavalry unit. So, let's go over our units, why don't we? As we kind of swing on down here. Starting off, we have the Har Ganeth Executioners. Look at these guys. T? M. Alright. Let's play Learn the Controls with me, Blood Voyage Gaming. Doing some command. Let's see. Controller groups. Camera! UI settings. That's not right. Third person camera. Cycle. UI settings. Really? That can't be right. Pause the camera, zoom in. Unit camera. About face. Where is it? I thought that was it. Group up, group down, unit toggle, unplug units to select all, cavalry, melee. That can't be it. Camera! I swear it was in there. It can't be space. There is no way it's space. Select all, previous ping, toggle UI, K! There we go. Look at these guys. That is a super awesome unit. Like they got the curved blade in there, unique, and I think actually it's a unique blade to the Dark Elves. So these guys are. If you lose these guys early game, I'm sorry, but you're not gonna be seeing these guys again until the end of the game. They are heavily armored, armor of 105 guys, top tier up there. They just went 95. They'll not break anytime soon. They are about average to your other units. These guys are about 30, 33, so other units can't run away from them. Heavily armored at a cost. High melee attack of 58. Decent melee defense, weapon strength of 70. They do get a bonus against armored units. Base weapon strength of 25. Bonus, armor piercing damage always goes through a 45. Plus weapon damage of 25. Bonus to infantry. So if you can have these guys flank, they will murder them quite quickly. And a charge bonus of 40, which is not bad at all. A unique ability, which I will have to click all the bloody time. Killing Blow gives them for 13 seconds 20% more armor piercing damage and 25% weapon damage. This is additive, so if you get any bonuses to them in the game, it's great. The champions are adept at delivering a killing blow, depriving the foes of life with a swift, single, powerful attack. Then we get the Murderous Mastery, which is an upgrade to the basic one. I probably should show that first. This one basically gets upgraded to cause them to show fear to the enemy. Great against everybody except undead. And with undead, they don't feel fear, sadly. Okay, they did buff it. In the original game, it is only 90 seconds. For these guys, it's 120. Is that unique to them? Yes, it is unique to them. Okay. So, they have increased duration by about a third more. Yeah, 90. Yeah, about a quarter more? Third more? I don't know the math. I'm not played to know math, I think. Disabled if they are broken, unfortunately. They do have a 25% increase charge damage, 25% more melee attack, 15% more leadership, and 30% more vigor. Vigor is huge, especially in long fights if you have to keep fighting them. So we can actually stall people out with the Dark Elves. Doesn't really happen very often because we're such an aggressive unit formation, but you can. We can hide in the forest. That's pretty usual. We cause fear. Naturally. And what does you do? I guess it just overlaps. So these guys just cause fear all the time. Reducing leadership nearby is also immune to fear. Yeah, that's great. And the missile resistance of 10. Nothing against physical, but they have so much armor, it doesn't really matter. Next on, yes, we got the Dread Spears. Looking awesome, by the way. There's also a mod that I use in the game to make... There's a mod that I use in the game to make these guys look updated. It is down below in the mod description for you guys. With the Dread Spears, your standard charge defense against only large foes. If they have cavalry, use these as the Dark Elves do all the time. They are shielded, as you guys can see, taking 75% reduced small arms damage from the front. Yeah, basically, if you have an arrow, don't waste it on these guys. More Bleak Swords, they have the shield, both units have have shields. These guys have swords instead of the other one. They do have 6% more melee attack, 2% more weapon strength, and 5% more charge bonus. But they're bad against cavalry, which if I see cavalry, lets me know who to build. More dread spears. You have our Sisters of Slaughter. Hey. They're the Bleed, the Defender, Murderous Mastery, and Dodge. Dodge is a unique ability which makes them reduce 35% of all small arms missiles hitting them from the front. So basically, you use these ladies to charge in and absolutely destroy their archers. Remember, it's only from the front. So if they're charging, they have to be going where the arrows are pointing forward so they can kind of dodge or deflect or whatever they do to avoid the arrows. They're coming from the side, they'll get absolutely destroyed. They have 9 armor, guys. This is Warhammer. Bikini armor does not give you magic armor of 1,000%. Yeah, they're wearing their Kikalot. I don't know what a Kikalot is. I should probably look that up. Speed of 44, though, so they're pretty dang fast. They'll catch most units when chasing after them. The charge bonus of only 35. They do also have Trial Blade, so if they start losing in combat, they will do more damage. 4% more armor-piercing damage and 9 more melee attack. Not a lot, but it's constant, so I guess not something we have to worry about. The Laughing Warrior Woman dancing in a battle, spinning their blades with a ferocious grace. They don't have blades. They have whips, right? Bladed whips? I don't know. I don't know how this game works. Now they do get the they're a witch elf type unit, so they do get the 20% more physical resistance in well for them because witch elf, I guess. I guess witch elf just qualifies if you're. I don't know what that qualifies for. I should really look that up that lower up. And 10% flat missile resistance, making them a lot better at just, gunning down your archers. I also do have the bloody regeneration limit cap on. Otherwise, any unit in the game with regeneration will be insane. I'm talking about you, vampire counts, and your ridiculous unlimited regeneration abilities. Good melee defense. I'm not gonna go through all the stats for all these guys, but high leadership, good speed, decent melee attack, not great, huge melee defense. So they're really good at just holding a unit down, occupying them, and making sure that they don't go anywhere. Really good weapon strength too. Any bonus against infantry? Nope, just good damage overall, and a little bit of charge bonus. Also, really vigorous. Take that joke where you will. And let's check out our heroes for the day. We have. Oh, sorry. Dark Shards. And we'll forget about you guys. Because we are Dark Elves, we don't use the Bloody Bow. No, not till later because mods. We use a crossbow, which gives us overall more damage with the bows. A little bit less range, but more damage. So, not too bad. Armor's decent. Leadership is pretty bloody high. I think we have the Crone pretty nearby, so it's actually only 62. Speed of 33, which is pretty standard. Don't make these guys go into melee attack. They can decently, and I will do that to give them a little extra once they start losing a life, because we have such a high, considering we have such high, regeneration for our units. Undertake is okay. Charge bonus is absolutely pathetic. 22 ammo, so these guys will not be fighting very often. We shoot the guns really quickly, then we try to get around and murder them. Murderous prowess, which is a standard one, it does lose the whole fear effect. We can hide in trees, and we have a 5% missile resistance. So yeah, I'll be keeping you guys around for a while, then I'll be tossing you the garbage dumpster like I do most of the standard main units. They're cheap though. They're really cheap, and they're cheap. And they have good numbers. All right, here's our Death Hag for the game. Anti-infantry damage dealer, frenzy, poison attacks. Ridiculous. Send her into a flank, and she will murder everybody. Not a lot of health, but she does got the poison. The poison is what the Sisters of Slaughter used to have before they deemed it, in the mod, way too bloody good. But look at this poison. 22% weapon damage reduction, 20% speed reduction for 10 seconds, 18% armor-piercing missile damage, 22% missile damage reduction. So basically, if they're archers, they'll just die. And minus 18 armor-piercing damage. Poison is ridiculously good. Get it, stick it in them, and watch them crumple and hate you for the rest of their life. Pretty good amount of weapon damage bonus against infantry. She's also a good flanker unit. The Frenzy is a common ability that we're going to see. Wait. You guys don't have Frenzy anymore? Wow, you guys got nerfed to the ground. Frenzy, a constant ability on basically anything that would be considered a Witch Elf unit normally. Frenzy. Some warriors care not for their own personal safety, and so work themselves into a whirlwind of destruction and mindless violence. If your leadership is lower than 50%, this is disabled. Otherwise, it is always active. We have 12% more weapon damage. So, yeah. Yeah, this right here, that's getting buffed. 12% more of it. So about, I want to say 60, 50, 60 more damage on there. 7% more weapon attack after, you know, the 65 that we already have in here. 5% more charge bonus up to 40, which is not bad. And immune to psychology, which means fear and terror effects will not affect you at all. You have murderous mastery, right? Oh, thank God you do. That would be weird if you didn't. And hide. Now, this is added to the mod. This unit can encourage other units. Before it was only lords, I believe, that could do that. Yeah, she can encourage. Now also heroes can as well. We have a 50% missile resistance. Note we have no dodge or shield on her, so she can get shot pretty quickly and easily. 20% physical resistance on here as well for her. And then the lady, the crone, the lovely lady herself. I can't really get because we have this bar right here. Let's, here we go. Here we go, the lady herself. If I want to compare her to the other one, she's basically upgraded. She has 500 more health, 5 more armor, 5 more leadership, 5 more melee attack, 12% more physical defense, 70% more, well, not 70%, 70 more weapon strength, and a 20 more charge bonus. Now, she does not have the bleed effect on her weapon, which she does get through an upgrade tree. So the bleed does, you know, 4 seconds to a max of 5 entities or unit per second. So if you attack five times, you do about 20 damage per second to them. It's okay. But poison is so much better. Now, she does have the Gaze of Cain, which I'll show you the blood cloud as it comes up here. It only targets our allies in the area. This did get buffed. It used to be everybody in the area. Now it's only our allies. At 100 meters, it is no small feat. 8 more leadership, 25% more, yeah, more weapon damage, and 25 flat melee attack. Everybody in here goes insane. This is such a good ability to be added in here. On top of Frenzy, on top of Murderous Mastery. Yeah, not bad at all. Her weapon strength goes to ridiculous levels. And then, of course, we have the physical resistance of 40%, guys. This is pretty insane, especially with items we get later on. We get into the ethereal ghost realm of almost 70% physical resistance down the road. Yeah, she is an absolute monster. One of the strongest units, I believe, legendary lords in the game. Getting up there once you get her buff. Now, very aggressive, and it's hard to get up there. Most campaigns will actually just see her die off because of how hard her start is. But alas, we're going to try to change that. So, let's get to the actual fight, shall we? 1 and 2 for you, 1 and 2 for you. I do have guard mode set on naturally by overall, so you guys can all lose that. You must keep guard mode on. I don't want you doing anything but shooting who I want. You two are going to be flanking for us, so let's get you on the sidelines there. And let's get into the fight, why don't we? Alright, they are marching up to us. No, nope, no, they're going to sit there and wait. Now, they're going to have, this is common for Dark Elf tactics, they're going to have their Dark Shards in the front there with their really limited missile range. What I need to do, because my armory, dang it, I need more drink. Not important. Whoopsie. Not important at all. So, because my army's power and strength is above that of the enemy by about 42, they're essentially going to be waiting for us to come up to and fight them. So, I need to get to them. My units will be shooting into them while we let our cavalry kind of go around. I need you to come over to the side here. You can go over to the side here as well. You guys. I want you guys to come up to the front there. Continue on slowly. Unit 2, do they have shields? No, they do not. So let's have you start shooting into them. Because you guys are fast, and I want you guys moving over there to start getting around and flanking them. Their range, still out of range. Let's actually have our units come up and shoot these guys. Because these guys are going to start shooting at our archers first. Shots are fired. Here we go. Alright, shots are being fired into the Crone. You guys are going to the front lines there. You're on the right side. Come here. Are we coming over here? Now I want you guys moving to the right flank. You guys moving to the left flank. Let's have the fight begin. Alright, here goes Our Lady itself. Diving right into them. This is a mistake for you guys. Sure it is. Alright, incoming backup units are coming into here. Let's have the puff go off. Alright, death clouds are coming into us now. You guys are starting to run away. Shots will be moved on over. I want to have you guys start coming to the side here. You guys come over to the side here. You guys stop shooting my own units. Go over here. If anyone wants to flee, we're going to assist them. Creatures will be activating their own ability. Let's go in and watch the fight, why don't we? Clash as we go into here. You units are being shot up. Have Unit 2 start shooting at them from the background there. Executioners, keep helping us out, why don't you please? Is they all dead? Alright. We're confused with what's going on there, but hey. Let's have them switch over and shoot at them. Big fights going into the main fights here. I love the animation in this game, guys. Look how close they're getting to murdering each other. There we go. The guys with the cloaks are ours. No capes? Ha! Who doesn't want capes? We're evil. We get to justify that ourselves. Murder, please. Wow! Tumbleina of death. Not bad. Let's actually keep watching our little fights as we keep going in here. Stop shooting into your own lines. These guys are going to be getting massacred. Defense mode is off for you guys, so let's have... Oh. Well. I guess we need to get a bit more XP, so let's actually have you guys stop shooting on everybody. Go on their fight. Turn guard mode off for everybody. Go and attack them. We did actually activate our murderous frenzy. Did you just... Huh. Alright. Cool. Okay, let's, I guess we'll speed it up a little bit. That was a super quick, easy, early fight. It might have broke a little bit sooner than I thought, but yeah. This is Dark Elf country where we have, you know, Dark Elves. Keep getting them, keep getting them. This guy's like, no, don't leave me behind. Don't leave me behind. They're coming. They're coming. There's a death hag on the front there. Will they get to the edge of the battlefield? It is a little bit too late. Oh, she just dove into them. She can't really stop them or slow them down, but they're just going to be getting cut down from behind there. Unfortunately for them. And then we have, you know, in the back, the Sisters of Slaughter coming up to assist them. So. Yeah. Ow. Poor guys. Alright, let's just fast forward this fight and get to the next area there. Basically what I'm trying to do here is get more kills for our units. There will be some automated kills going into the game. But I want my units to get as much XP as physically possible for them as the game progresses because we need more XP. I'm going to be a little aggressive with my heroes too, so they get as much XP as I can. Wow! Wow! 136 kills to Sisters of Slaughter. I thought they got debuffed. I was wrong. Okay. I need to keep a closer eye on them. Wow. 136. They were dead before I even turned around and looked at them. Did they get buffed recently? Because I remember seeing the patch notes, and they got nerfed to the ground for a while now. I need to go back and take a look at the patch notes. Okay. So, yeah, it's a good number. It may also just be because they're really good at killing infantry units early game. But yeah, we lost 24 overall units in our early game here. We're going to replenish that very quickly. Now, one thing that I need to do all the bloody time in this campaign is loot and occupy. Now, these are our own lands. I get it. I understand you. However, we are Dark Elves. We need slaves. We need replenishment. We need public order. We don't need public order. So, every land that I get... Oh, the irony. Every land that I get, I'm going to sack and occupy. We need Sorry, we need slaves, we need the loot, we need the income. There's also a couple of abilities and traits we can get for sacking cities. So let me also show you what she gets for doing that. Also, yes, the irony of getting the standard of Har Ganeth. A banner. Wait. Oh. I may be incompetent. Okay. The banner depicting the Dread City under mystical influence of the Serpentine banner. Warriors strike with the sounding speed. +4 melee attack for the assigned unit. Yeah, I wonder who's getting that. Yeah, I wonder who's getting that. Alright. Vengeance and incompetence. We've gained wine. Excellent. We definitely need a little bit of wine for this campaign. I was getting a little bit, we'll be getting a little bit blood drunk. So, as usual, we'll be starting off. We need Rat Marcher. An absolute must. A first take for every single Lord of campaign. 10% movement is really, really good. A lot of cities are actually exactly 10 movement away from where you start. So, we need to grab that. Those who know the land and its secrets will travel faster and further than those who don't. 10% more campaign movement, followed by the updated and upgraded tree for Crone Hellebron. This was updated a little while back. So, +5 speed for all Witch Elven units. Yeah, hypothetical, all of them. So, we're going to be having a lot of Witch Elven units added to our roster. And we have mods to add that in there to make it more thematic, if you will. No description or anything, but Witch Elves like to ride, I guess. Take that how you will. And next we can go into here. Less upkeep for our lords and embedded unit characters. Not big right now, but they do get more expensive over time. Whips and chains. Very, very useful. 5 growth in local province and 5% more casualties captured post-battle. And then we have the casualty replenishment rate. Really, really massive. So, growth is going to be okay, but casualties are we want. 5% here, 5% here. At the bottom level there, 15% more casualties gained, 25% more casualties gained. So you see what I'm going for. I need slaves in the context of this game as much as possible. I need slaves as quickly and as much as possible. So we're going to grab this. Slaves build everything in Nagaroth. A plentiful supply is required. -10 diplomacy with the Cult of Pleasure because we hate their guts and they hate ours. We need to murder them for who they are. 5 more growth in our local province and 5% more casualties captured post-battle. Like I said, she's going to be on the front line basically all the time. So, yeah, I don't think you count as a Witch Elven unit, honestly. We will see, because right now, Witch Elves and Elven units get 20% more speed. Are you? 20. Or, yeah, 40, 20. I don't know if you're a Witch Elven unit. This will decrease this turn, so we'll see what comes of it. Let's go for a bit more recruitment. I want to have 2 more Dark Shards in here with another Dread Spear to fill up that line, so I have a bit more artillery coming into the game. Shields are pretty prominent in the Dark Elf area, so it's not going to be as useful as you think. It's mostly for cutting down the riders when they come in to our game. My phone is just going off, and I'm not going to look at it. I'm a professional. And I hate editing, so yeah, that'll be kind of going into the game. So, yeah, guess what I'm going for first. Our tree, as you can see down there, is upgrade. Upgrade, 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 and upgrade. There is even more down here through various mods that we have going on down here. Expands on the tree, which is really, really cool. So these are some of the more thematic ones for the Crone. But yeah, our first one is Choose or Die. The hero action cost is reduced by 3, 1% more successful chance, and a +1 growth for the Black Arc, which is cumulative. Some choices require next to no thought whatsoever. I mean, we already have it, so I guess it really doesn't require thought. But as usual, we will be going for battle as business. For the Dark Elves, war is transactional. For Druchii blood to be spilled, there must be payment in the form of loot, preferably, and slaves. So 25% more income from raiding, and 10% more income from post-battle loot. That is a no-brainer. We must raid, we must loot. That is our goal in life. Some damaged buildings that I will repair. I will be losing a bit of money on that. Take about 1 turn for that to come up. Once that does, I will start trading with other people because I can't really trade it now. I have no real desirable loot for them to take from me. Yeah, that's a lot of units. It would take me way too long in this video. We're already getting to the 40-minute mark coming into here, guys, so I'm going to keep on going. The first one will, of course, be a little bit longer, as I have to explain a little bit of this. I try to go between 40, maybe between 40 and an hour between these play sessions, but this first one will be longer due to just a lot of me explaining the world to me and you. Now, my idea is I want to make the Road of Skulls my primary recruitment area. I'm not going to make a lot of money from here. Grond is where we're going to make the money. So what I will be doing is, of course, going for the torture posts. Essentially, we tie you to this post, and then we torture you. It's very literal. +2 public order in this province. 5% reduced cost for armies in the province, and adds another Dark Shard to the unit. The one thing with Still Faith's overhaul is it really, really, really endorses the fact that you're going to be having a lot of defensive buildings. So attacking a city is really hard. Sometimes it'll take 2 armies. And because of that, let's recruit a lord. Now, from the patch notes, I saw that we are the only faction in the game as the Dark Elf. Okay, out of the Dark... That makes sense to anybody but me. For Dark Elves, we're the only one that can start out with a sorceress. So I want to start with Dark. Dark is probably the highest tier that I recommend personally. It's a very aggressive tree that costs you kind of health and ability, but it does a lot of damage and a lot of kills. So, aggressive. We also have a mod, by the way, increasing the starting bonuses of these abilities because a lot of them were kind of So, now, also, we have the loyalty over here. While our power up here is pretty dang high, I want to probably go for a loyalty lord. Because I think these are actually based on... Oh my god. Yeah, I think overall, the more powerful the ability, the stronger this is. Okay. I'm not going to read this just for the sake of reading it. If you're going to die, you might as well die with your boots on. Or heals, I guess, in her case. 20% more bonus damage to infantry, 20% or 10% more, 10 bonus arm infantry, 10 added charge bonus, and an 8% weapon increase. Dang. Now, we're a sorceress. If we charge in the battle pre-Black Dragon, we're doing our lives wrong. Now, malicious, on the other hand, when this one is abroad, you can be sure that malice is born toward anyone and everyone. 10% more speed, 40% cost reduction for the Cult of Cain and Cult of Pleasure buildings. Is that actually important? I'll look it up. +2 recruitment rank for Death Hags. Useful. It does take a little bit for them to get leveled up, especially late game when they can die super early due to high level units. Right now, it's a good chance to farm them. 3% more recruitment rank for Sisters of Slaughter units. That's okay. I'll definitely be grabbing more now that we see how good they are. And 10% more income from sacking settlements. That right there is really good. That's a lot of words. So, a speed of 36 versus a speed of 20. We actually... Can I see? It actually does not show the bonuses in here. I mean, if we get the Black Dragon later on, that is going to be a ridiculous amount of power going into there. Versus you, 10% more speed... If I get the... Because I'm thinking long game for the dragon. Okay. I come up with sacking settlements is pretty bloody good. What is the Cult of Cain or Cult of Pleasure building? Going into our units.
The weak perish.
Cult of Cain. All these? Cult of Cain, Shrine of Cain, Temple of Cain, Hellebron's Palace, Fiery Pits. Pleasure? Torture Post, Slave Pits. Sorceress of Bow, Dread Mace, Villa of Lust and Purity. Yeah, these are great people, by the way, as you can kind of tell by their namesake. So 40% reduction for this. That would save me a bit of money. 6,000, 9,000. Holy cow, that would save me a bit of money. RP Roost wouldn't help. Temple of War, Temple of War, Sanctum of War. Also Slaughter Resurrection. So, Cult of Cain or Cult of Pleasure buildings. So the Cult of Cain would save me a lot. I get that. Sisters, death tags, speed come from summons. That would save me a lot of money and start getting us faster power. Man. That's really hard, actually, for me to choose from. Because later on, this would be really good. I think I'm going to go for the long game and go for the aggressive one. Speed would be actually ridiculous. But, alright, I'm going to go for the aggressive one. Make it even better. Davis! I have a feeling I'm going to regret this. Yeah, we're going to go for Felicia. Or whatever her name is. Add her into there, and we're going to do turn 1. Wow. Okay, that's, there's a lot of exposition in our first one. Checking my phone. So, there's a lot of exposition in my first one. So, the two tactics that I've seen in this game, because we're starting from a very, very hard gameplay. This is Grand, by the way, guys. They started with a, gold palace, 3 buildings. This one starts at tier 3. I know that much for a fact. It's 2 tier 2 buildings. We have an empty building up here, which I could grab for 2,500, but that's a lot of money that I could be spending on, an army to help out with our murderous talents in progress. We have the black pillar over here. Oh, yeah. This is something we have because of the Steel Faith overhaul system. I do have a lot of modded units added in the game, so I will not be having any mod caps going on whatsoever. Only faction-wide recommended. This is if you're using Steel Faith overhaul by itself. Faction-wide and army caps. Only army caps, no caps. Yeah, we have a lot of modded units going in here. This wrecks the game entirely. I've checked, so no, we'll not be doing that. Now, one of my quest lines, because Morathi, because we, hate her, we need to capture the ancient city of Quintex. That'll be happening around turn 80 or so. Or longer, I don't know. That's a long way to go down a lot of bloody bodies I need to pile up on the tower there. Alas, a chance to capture the blackest of widows in her own web. Morathi's lair is vulnerable. No, it's not. Surely this is a chance for the Blood Queen to rid herself of the most powerful rivals. Take the Hag, Sorcerer's capital. Minus we taint in all lands for 20 turns. Really useful I'm taking Morathi's, considering she has, passive corruption reigning within her land. My, also, my ability cannot fall below a lower level, so I can go down to Crone. If I get this, it cannot fall below Bitter. If I take this one, Gillian Valley, which, is the home of the Asir Everqueen, then it can never fall below Respected. So I don't have to worry about, these 2 problems. I definitely want to stay higher than that, because you can see we just went down by 1. But if I take this one, I get even more permanently. The Asir Everqueen is the epitome of beauty. The wretched slaves of Ulthuan even call her the Radiant, the fawning fools. They'll spoil Aluriel's capital. This will delight Cain, and surely he will reward Hellebron with what she desires the most, her lost youth. Let's keep going back up to the north here. Whoop! That's a big map. So let's confirm our theory. So you are now down to 30% physical resistance. You are still at 20. So you are not considered a Witch Elven unit. Kind of weird, but okay. So here's your garrison. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the garrison. And 8 over here. A grand total of, if your math is pretty decent, kind of like mine is, let's see, 17 units in the area, following my 11. Now, we do have the Soul Forger and the Crone Hellebron, some executioners and assistants of slaughter. Granted. But alas,
you waste my time.
And they're going to be recruiting even more units coming into there. Now, their units are cheaper because, once again, we're playing on the hardest difficulty. However, the Great Arena looks to be quite vulnerable, wouldn't you say? The other thing I could do earlier on is I could go to the Black Pillar. They did nerf this strategy because now I can no longer get there in one turn. So I need to lure her out. How do you do this, you say? A great question. We'll become over here. Clicky. And we're going raiding. Needs a bit more money. We'll bring Felicia up here as well. She is going to assist us in... What?
My powers are yours.
Never mind. If she actually joins us, will be worse. But that's 2 units coming into here. From that, I can't really afford any more. But we're going after the Great Arena. This is going to cut off a little bit of supply, cause them a bit of issue, which it's kind of my plan overall. And continue from there. Har Ganeth will be continued next turn with the stability building. We're going to have a lot of problems in here. This is a very, very difficult starting campaign. Oh, and that's that turn, actually. And yeah, it's not going to be very easy at all to play through. Now, the other problem I have in this campaign is we have Big Bad Mr. Witch King to our left here. That is a huge problem, as he desires Grond greatly. After he kind of puts over his own rebellions, he'll be coming over and joining us in the fight for Grond. I need to complete Grond, because that will complete the area, give us challenges and camaraderies and whatnot. Oh, look, she's not replenishing. I wonder why. Torture posts have come. Imperial setup, yes. Rumors have heard that Kislev, the Emperor, and the Elector Counts have made a secret arrangement to not attack each other. Are these rumors true? I'm going to say absolutely, because essentially the Empire is just not a threat otherwise. They need this. They have so many threats going around them. They need this pact in order to help each other. So I'm going to say yes to this. Now I'm losing about 316 gold per turn due to us not making any, money coming from here. Here's you. You have 9 units overall. Still units into there. Yeah.
There is power here.
This one's coming up to the 52-minute mark there. I do have to stop. I have to stop this at the point, guys. But yes. Next turn, we're gonna have some problems going into Grond, guys. So, if you guys liked this episode, please consider liking this episode, guys. The next one is gonna have a lot less exposition, more me killing people, because we have a lot coming to this game. This is not a simple game by any means whatsoever, guys. I will see you in the next one as we continue and murder all these other Dark Elf scum until they become ours, and they're no longer scum. Thanks, guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Until then, guys.